Welcome to another edition of Interesting People with Bob Brill. What we're doing right now for both our YouTube channel and for Interesting People with Bob Brill, the podcast, we're talking about the films of 2023, good ones, bad ones, ones we've seen, and ones we kind of want to let you know a little bit about. So if you want to go out and see them, or, you should always see the films. That we want to make sure that you do. Always go out and if they're on Netflix or wherever, or go to a movie theater and have that experience. We need more and more of that. Please go see the movies. But I want to give you a little heads up on exactly what you might be in store for. Today we're going to do Killers of the Flower Moon, the Martin Scorsese film, which is loaded with his typical great actors, the two that are almost in every Scorsese film. And of course, that's Leonardo DiCaprio and also, of course, Robert De Niro. No Joe Pesci in this one. But it's based on a true story, which took place in the early part of the 20th century. And that was when oil came in on Native American land in Oklahoma. And of course, that made it so that these Native Americans who were not used to having this kind of money was rolling in, and they had been, the past of what happened with Native Americans in this country. I don't have to go into that, but this is mainly the Osage people, and basically what it is the story of white men coming in to capitalize and basically rip off the Native Americans who were now rich because of all the oil that had come in. And it's a long movie, like most theatrical movies are today. The good ones, they're long, and it's about 3 hours. So if you can sit through the 3 hours, and I didn't have a problem sitting through the 3 hours in this film. It's that good. Scorsese, of course, is Scorsese. De Niro, unbelievable in this role. It was basically Robert De Niro taken from the Bronx to Tulsa. And Leonardo DiCaprio, same thing, just typical Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm amazed that he did not get a Golden Globe or nomination for this one, or an Oscar nomination. He always does, but he's an older actor now. He's not that young man, but he is just stellar performance. And of course, Lily Gladstone, the Native American woman, the Osage woman who played the main female lead in this story, was also outstanding. I've heard people say, well, she was in a coma half of the movie. That's quite a bit, not quite a coma, but she was not well in the movie, and that's a big part of the story. But there were a lot of indigenous people in this cast. I mean, a lot. And that speaks to the way Scorsese put this film together and shot it. And the film itself, the direction, the shooting, the filming, all first rate and really top notch. And what you expect from a Scorsese film, a lot of the close-ups, a lot of the dialogue, just outstanding. A lot of people thought it was too long. It could have been 2.5 hours, or at least 15 minutes shorter. Yes, no. So, you didn't get a lot of the extraneous scenage that you get in a lot of long movies where you just see 10, 20 minutes of grasslands or mountains. So you did have some of that, but I thought it was really well controlled. I thought the film was just really outstanding. I don't think it was the best picture of the year. I thought it was like number 2 or 3, but with a phenomenal cast and the performances and the story itself. And a lot of people don't know this story. I spent some time in Oklahoma, so I do know the story and had known quite a bit of it anyway. And it plays off the Tulsa riots, where African Americans were just destroyed and their community destroyed in Tulsa, which happened before or this about the same time. So you have all of that background. It's I wouldn't say it's a brutal film. There's a lot of murder and a lot of killing, and because that's the story, you have to have that, and how these people all of a sudden started dying. Why? Because of their money, and someone wanted their money and was plotting it. And I won't get into any more of it than that as a spoiler, but you can see the film. This is cover for the film, Killers of the Flower Moon, and you see Lily Gladstone down there on the lower or up top, excuse me. That's her up top, along with De Niro and DiCaprio. Those are the three main stars of the film. Um, it's just a really good film. It's a film you really should go out and see, or you can watch it at home on one of the streamers. I think it's a Netflix film. And if I'm wrong about that, I'm wrong. But it is a fantastic film. It is definitely one you want to see. And it's not for your younger children, but once they get to an age of junior high or in that era, it's a good film for them to see because documents a lot of American history, like Oppenheimer did. And I think they're both in a class by themselves. So we'll take on another film coming up in our next episode. So stick with us, and we'll see you soon.